Gumball can be funny, sure, but every so often it takes a sharp turn into creepy, leaving viewers wondering how these episodes passed the censors. Like in the episode The Joy, it doesn't take long for things to feel wrong. Monday morning in Elmore is usually dull, but this one feels heavier. The screen opens with deep red text, Monday 7:53 a.m., like a timestamp on a crime scene. Gumball and Darwin drag themselves to the table, looking dead inside. Then, Richard pulls them into a hug. Not a normal hug, a crushing, too-long squeeze he calls a wonder hug. The moment he touches them, a rainbow-colored shockwave blasts through the house. Loud, bright, and overwhelmingly intense, almost violent in its unnatural happiness. When they arrive at school, Miss Simeon immediately notices something is wrong. Mondays are usually filled with tired, miserable kids, but Gumball and Darwin's faces are frozen in unnaturally wide smiles. They begin singing in an eerie auto-tune that doesn't sound human at all. Miss Simeon feels a rising panic. This isn't happiness. It's something much worse. It's an infection. She locks them in the nurse's office, but it's already spreading. Their laughter grows sharper, their movements jerky, their eyes glowing. The whole school turns into a hive of manic cheer. Desperate, Miss Simeon arms herself with a cassette of Beethoven, one of the only things that slows them down. But the infected, everywhere. They surround her, arms out, grinning like predators in party hats. She tries to fight, but their warmth is suffocating. Her last act is recording a final message. She laughs through it, choking as rainbow liquid spills from her mouth. And the worst part is that there is no cure and no way to reset what happened. The entire school has been swallowed by a joy so unnatural, feels more like possession than happiness. Then we have The Downer, an episode that starts like any other day, but quickly turns into something nobody expected. Gumball wakes up feeling awful. Nothing makes him happy. His family annoys him, his friends bother him, and even the simplest things seem unbearable. So, he makes a wish, a wild one. He wishes for everyone to disappear, and just like that, everyone vanishes. First feels like a dream come true. No rules, no people, no noise. Gumball roams the empty streets, screaming at the top of his lungs. He eats whatever he wants and does whatever he pleases, all without consequences. It's freedom, or so he thinks. The silence starts to weigh heavily on him. The streets aren't just empty, they feel dead. The sky looks washed out, like the color itself has been sucked away. Even the stores have changed names. The once happy, joyful burger is now Misery Burger, and the cereal boxes say Captain Crud instead of Captain Crunch. Then the shadows come. Dark, creeping things that stretch across the empty streets. They move without sound and swallow everything they touch. Gumball tries to run, but there is nowhere to go. The darkness isn't just around him, it's inside him, twisting his thoughts. His reflection in a window becomes something unrecognizable, a twisted version of himself with hollow eyes and a wide fake smile. Just when the darkness closes in, Gumball wakes up in his bed, but the world outside still feels off. The silence lingers, and his hands shake. Was it just a nightmare, or did something follow him back? Anyhow, The Puppets is one of those episodes that sneaks up on you. It begins with Gumball and Darwin rummaging through their attic when they find an old box filled with creepy puppets. Gumball immediately feels uneasy. Something about these puppets is off. Darwin, ever curious, secretly pockets them, even though he doesn't have pockets. Somehow, the puppets fit. That night, Darwin names the puppets Frank and Howdy and starts using them like hand puppets. But it's more than just play. He promises never to take them off, and strangely, he seems to believe it. That's when things get weird. At school, Darwin struggles to eat because his hands are puppets now. Puppets' eyes narrow whenever Gumball jokes about them. Then, Darwin's behavior changes. He starts insulting Gumball in a cold, robotic voice, almost like he's not himself anymore. Later, Darwin even takes a bath with the puppets still on. When Gumball catches him, the puppets suddenly attack. Chaos erupts. Gumball manages to rip the puppets off and toss them in the trash. You'd think that would be the end, right? Not even close. That night, the puppets crawl out of the trash, now speaking with their own deep, creepy voices. They tell Gumball that Darwin is trapped in their world. To save him, Gumball puts on a puppet and is pulled into this bright but unsettling puppet dimension. This world looks like a twisted children's nightmare. Everything smiles too much, toys stare with blinking eyes, and the air feels heavy with something wrong. Inside a strange house, Gumball finds Darwin, but he's not alone. The puppets have grown huge and lifelike, and Darwin's eyes are blank. Just when it seems hopeless, a loose thread unravels the whole world, breaking the puppets' control. But escaping doesn't end the nightmare. They sell the puppets at a garage sale, passing the curse to the next unlucky kid. It's a creepy ending something masked as a joke, and it sticks with you longer than you expect. Then there's The Dream, an episode that messes with your head in all the best and worst ways. It kicks off with Gumball waking up furious. Not just annoyed, full-on furious because he believes Darwin betrayed him. Not in real life, but in a dream. That's right. Gumball's holding a grudge over something that never actually happened. Gumball's mind twists every little thing. A laugh, a glance, a casual chat between Darwin and Penny suddenly becomes proof of a secret betrayal. It's like his brain rewrites reality just to fit this dark paranoia. Gumball decides he needs proof, so he sets a test. 2 cupcakes, 1 blue and 1 orange. Penny has to pick the blue cupcake because, obviously, blue is Gumball's color. But she chooses orange. That flips a switch in Gumball's head. Without thinking, he forces the blue cupcake into her mouth. Big mistake. Penny is allergic to blue. Her face swells up, and she starts struggling to breathe. Panic sets in, and Gumball rushes to fix it, grabbing the first medicine bottle he sees. In his frantic state, he doesn't realize it's the wrong medicine. It's not medicine at all, but a bottle full of thumbtacks. Things get worse, not better. To settle this nightmare, Gumball and Darwin decide to dive into each other's dreams, hoping to find the truth. But the dreams are twisted, full of shadows and weird, warped images. When they finally find the right dream, Gumball makes a fatal error. He swaps Penny's face with Sussie's, sparking Darwin's fury. It's a dark look at how paranoia can twist everything until nothing makes sense anymore. Next up is The Limit, an episode where a simple grocery trip turns into an all-out nightmare. Nicole lays down one simple rule: no candy. Seems easy enough, right? Wrong. Gumball, Darwin, and Anais immediately start plotting. They try every trick in the book to get their hands on some sweets, but Nicole isn't having it. Their schemes only make her angrier, and soon she snaps in a way that's beyond anything you'd expect from a cartoon mom. Nicole's face twists. Her movements become sharp and unnatural, almost animalistic. She isn't just mad anymore, she's something terrifying. The chase begins. Nicole hunts them through the grocery store with a speed and fury that defies logic. The animation warps around her, as if reality itself can't keep up with her rage. At one point, a security guard tries to stop her by using a taser. It should have worked, but Nicole barely flinches. Instead, she looks at him, and suddenly the man ages rapidly, his face wrinkling, his body crumbling like he's lived decades in seconds. The kids run, desperate to escape, but Nicole is always right behind them. Her footsteps don't make a sound, but you can feel her presence like a shadow that won't leave. In a last-ditch effort, they trap her behind a wall made of ceramic plates. When Nicole sees her reflection in the shards, something clicks. The monster fades, replaced by their mom again. She breathes deeply and apologizes, but if Nicole snapped once, what stops her from snapping again? Moving on, The Burden is one of the creepiest episodes you probably didn't expect. It kicks off with Gumball and Darwin sitting in Principal Brown's office. Instead of a serious talk, they catch him in the middle of waxing his fur. An oddly weird and kind of unsettling moment. Before they can even process that, Principal Brown gives them a task. Take care of the school hamster, Chris Morris, over the weekend. First, it sounds simple enough, but the moment the camera zooms in on Chris Morris, the mood shifts. The hamster doesn't blink or move, it just stares right through the screen with cold, unreadable eyes. Something about it feels deeply wrong, like Chris Morris knows things he shouldn't. Gumball decides to bring Chris Morris on a date with Penny, hoping it will make him look responsible. Naturally, things go off the rails. Somewhere along the way, Gumball and Darwin lose track of the hamster and start caring for a ball of Principal Brown's fur instead. Meanwhile, the real Chris Morris is on the loose, moving silently like some kind of ghostly ninja. Every time the boys think they've caught him, he slips away like smoke through cracks in the wall. It's like he's playing a dangerous game, always one step ahead, disappearing without a sound. Eventually, they trap him in Principal Brown's office just as the cops arrive, ready to blame Gumball and Darwin for whatever's happened. But Chris Morris surprises everyone. Instead of causing trouble, he signals them to hide, saving the boys from trouble. It turns out Chris Morris has spent his life trapped in a cage. When he finally tasted freedom, he chose to protect others instead of running away. This brings us to the episode that's the most disturbing of them all, the scam. It starts like any Halloween event in Elmore. Kids bringing costumes, the usual spooky decorations, but Gumball isn't interested in normal. He wants real scares. So he invents a story about Gargoth, a demon beast trapped in the underworld who returns if you say his name too many times. Naturally, Gumball says Gargoth way too many times, and strange things start happening. Chairs float, lights flicker, and the whole school feels haunted. But here's the twist. None of it is real. It's a scam, cooked up by Gumball, Darwin, and Carrie, the ghost girl. They're using fake hauntings to trick the other kids into handing over their Halloween candy. It's a sneaky, devious plan, and at first, it works perfectly. Gumball and Darwin play ghost hunters, banishing the demon and collecting candy like pros. Even Darwin, who feels a little guilty, gets fully on board to impress Carrie. Then, things take a turn for the worse. The real Gargoth shows up. This demon isn't messing around. It's a massive, shadowy figure with glowing red eyes and an endless hunger. Not just for candy, but maybe for souls too. Gumball and Darwin panic because their prank has unleashed something far beyond their control. They try to bribe Gargoth with all the candy they've collected, but it's not enough. Gargoth wants more. Desperate, Carrie offers herself as a bride to the demon to save everyone. Just before the ceremony, Gumball finds one last piece of candy and throws it at Gargoth, making the demon explode into nothingness. The scam is over, but the cost was almost too high. So, which of these episodes left you feeling uneasy? Do you believe cartoons like Gumball are hiding secrets meant only for adults? Share your opinion down below and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next.